Hello everyone, this is Bludder, and no, that title is not deceiving you. I am indeed moving on, and I am retiring from the MSM community. I would like to use this video to sort of reflect on my time in the community and to sort of fill you guys in on where I plan to take my online presence after this whole retirement. Now, the first thing I want to get out of the way, and probably the thing you all want to know first, is why I have chosen to make this decision. And that is because I have simply come to realize that MSM does not have the same spark for me that it used to. Recently, I'd say as of a few months ago, I found myself getting stressed over not being able to just function creatively. I was in a rut when it came to, making things. I felt very self-conscious about my art, my music. I felt like they weren't good enough, and to me, they were not things that I felt proud of. There was this sort of constant nagging at my back, it felt, that I had to, I had to keep drawing, I had to keep making all these, new islands, new monsters, new sounds in order to, stay relevant or something like that. But eventually, after talking to some friends, I realized that I was just creating a bunch of unnecessary stress for myself by worrying about all that. And so I decided to just put it all aside, and once I finally backed away from it all, I simply came to realize that, hey, maybe this isn't my thing anymore, and that's okay. Truth is, I would much rather do something I'm proud of than, try to rush something out just to appease a status quo. But also, a big factor in that is if you enjoy doing the thing you're doing. And since I had felt so self-conscious about my art, and I just simply didn't feel any motivation to draw or compose or anything like that, I just simply realized that I've run my course. I think it's natural to sort of grow out of and move on from something if it doesn't give us the same joy that it used to, and that is simply what I'm doing here. The way I see it, I've basically grown out of MSM, and I want to sort of do, bigger, better things with my life that I can enjoy, explore new avenues of creativity for myself, which I've already begun to do in a way, and I've been having a lot of fun learning new things beyond, drawing and composing. I've been learning how to code some. I have been modding games. I have been doing a lot of exciting things for myself, and I find so much more joy in that. Now, to reflect on my time in this community, it's been nothing but great, I will say. I have had an insurmountable amount of just amazing times in this community. I honestly never thought I'd get as far as I did, but here I am in something like the Q Crew, standing up there with some of the biggest creators in this little community I'm in, and I just can't help but appreciate all that. The amount of friends I've made, the amount of, just relationships I have made with people in this community, it's astounding. And whether you have been here from the beginning, or whether you're just tuning in now with an island like Mime Time or Metal Moonbase, I cannot thank you all enough for just the love and support you've given me over this admittedly kind of rocky 5 years I have been in this community. And that's another thing. I've been doing this for 5 years now. And I think that sort of puts into perspective and makes it make sense that I don't really want to do this anymore, I've been going at it for 5 years, and I tried my best, and eventually I figured out, after trying it for so long, that it just wasn't my thing. I have had a few negative experiences, though, of course, in the community, witnessing the sheer degeneracy of some people has not been good. And I have been quite mentally affected by some of the things I have gone through. I don't know if many of you know this, but I had a trio of Discord servers originally. And what happened in those Discord servers is that a mentality was spread by a few bad actors that I was lazy. I was just a lazy bum who just, didn't want to moderate a server, was just completely lazy when it came to MSM content, and I had my friends turned on me a good handful of times. One distinct memory I have that still kind of shakes me to this day is I was in band camp and I was just sitting behind my drum set looking at my phone, and I was crying because all of my friends had been turned against me in some kind of weird revolution. It's like, oh, we want to be free from Bludder because he's a lazy bum. And that just kind of made me break down there. I just kind of cried alone to myself. And while I've recovered from it now, the fact that all of my friends could be turned on me so easily and, being called lazy because I wasn't, doing enough in the eyes of those people, that always kind of stuck with me, and it kind of tainted my perception on life. It wasn't good at all. A few more, I guess, revolts like this happened, and they got so bad that I just ended up just archiving the servers and moving on. But after the third one, I just stopped, because the third one, which that freedom revolt that I just talked about occurred in, it was too much. I don't think I made a Discord server again for at least another 2 years. It messed me up. And of course, there's, the good handful of people who have been outed and canceled, and some of those people I have had to bear witness to myself. A situation that hits close to home that me and my friends only spoke up about recently, as of summer of last year, was we had to deal with a very emotionally manipulative, just complete and utter just garbage of a person. I don't want to get into it, but they emotionally manipulated all of us. I think they nearly groomed one of my friends, and it was just tough to deal with. I had to go to my therapist about it. It just felt like we couldn't win against them, and that messed me up too. It truly did. I got emotionally manipulated by that person. There was no other way to say it. They had a chokehold on, well, not just me, but all of my friends. And it was tough to see. And it's tough looking back too, even though we have properly outed said person and they have seemingly moved on. But I want to make it clear that that's not why I'm leaving. I'm not leaving due to what many people, I guess, call the drama of the MSM community in quotation marks. Those are just things I felt like I should address to sort of bring both sides of how the MSM community has affected me. Because yes, it has affected me in good ways, but it's affected me in bad ways too, and I think both sides are fair to talk about. Now, as for the future, I have a pretty simple plan in all honesty. I am going to unlist all content that I deem significant on this channel, and this channel is going to stay up as an archive of all of my MSM content. I will also be uploading several unseen updates and islands. This includes things like Jamble Jungle and Weirdling Whatchamacallit Update 1, Chunky Cheddar Canteen, Insanity Dissension, and so on. There will also be stuff that I never even announced to the public or, showed in any form, like the future Subnatural Islands I had planned past Jamble Jungle. All of those will be uploaded in the coming days. I believe this is fair to do, as you guys deserve it. I know I have been a really slow guy when it comes to all this, but I do have a pretty good backlog that I think you guys deserve to see in full. Well, maybe not full. I don't even know if I have some of the files, but I will try my best to give you guys everything I never released that I at least deem significant enough to be put on the channel for your listening experience. A handful of them will be drafts, not really full songs, but I think it's still a cool thing to put out there to sort of thank you guys for sticking with me for all this time. Now, going forward, as I said, I will be making this channel into an archive for all of my MSM stuff, as I want to sort of start clean with a fresh new channel. And it will probably be a while before I start, actually uploading anything new to YouTube. But if you do want to keep up with me, I do recommend you join my Discord, linked in the description. I am planning to restructure it very soon to fit my new content style, and, it'd just be nice to, talk to you guys and, see, your opinions on what I'm doing going forward. So to wrap up, I have had a great time in this community, but I have simply run my course. I've realized that it's just not for me anymore, and that's okay. We grow up, we change, and it's just a part of life. I think it's normal for us to throw some things to the wayside and, want to get into different things. I guess an example that might hit home with some of you is, if you're a kid who's into dinosaurs, well, you're not gonna like dinosaurs forever. You'll grow up and maybe you'll grow up to airplanes, army men, something like that. We all go through phases in life, and eventually, things just don't have the same appeal to us anymore, and it's just a part of growing up and, being a person. And lastly, once more, I just want to thank all of you for all the just wonderful times you've given me in this community. And again, whether you're old or new, you are awesome people. I hope that my fellow members of the Q Crew, who I will still be involved with at a minor level, continue to succeed in their efforts, and I hope all of you continue to succeed in your efforts. I believe all of you have amazing potential, and you should do what your heart desires. If there's something in life that you feel just isn't clicking with you anymore, it's okay to back away. You do what you love, and you don't let anybody stop you.